Okay, so let's be honest here. This movie needs to have Marvel in front of it because some of these characters do shit that only the Avengers can do. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's ridiculous. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of The Romance Room. My goal, as always, is to enhance the movie watching experience. So Hobbs and Shaw, of course, a spinoff from the very successful Fast and Furious series, one which I enjoy. I mean, it's dumb, stupid, over the top, ridiculous, but it's still fun entertainment all this. And here we're taking the characters played by Jason Statham, of course, and The Rock, of course, who I affectionately call movie ketchup because any movie add a little bit of The Rock on it, it makes it a whole lot better. And I love these two guys. I thought their teaming up in the last Fast and Furious movie was inspired. I had great chemistry here. So it's interesting to see how these guys will do in their own movie. And let's get the obvious out of the way here. No one's ever going to expect this movie to be, quote unquote, a great film. I mean, let's keep it real. It's going to be dumb, stupid, over the top. And that's what you should expect. And that's exactly what you get here. Now, there are a few problems with the film, which I'll get to in a second, but let me start off. I want to stay positive. Let's start off with what I liked about this movie, and of course, that's The Rock and Statham together. Great chemistry. The back and forth is really great. They really play off each other very well. Obviously, those guys are just their physicality really pull off those action scenes. Of course, we've seen it so many times before, and they were just very enjoyable. You know, they keep the movie from, you know, going beyond taking itself too seriously. They maintain a level of fun there, which you can't get into. You like these two guys. Sometimes the banter and the jokes go on a little bit too long than they should, but that's fine. I'll forgive it because it is entertaining. These guys are entertaining together. The action, okay, yes, suspending disbelief is the obvious thing here. It's ridiculous. Things here defy the laws of physics. I get it. We all knew that. We've seen the trailers. You're familiar with the Fast and Furious franchise. You know it's exactly what we're going to get. Some of the action is inventive and it's cool. As ridiculous as it is, I'm laughing as I'm watching it, but it's fun. That's what you're going to see these movies for. And in that sense, it does succeed here. But again, you know, unfortunately, this movie is bogged down by a couple of small problems and one major one. Now, yes, the dialogue is cheesy, it's bad a lot of the times. Idris Elba, who I love and plays the villain, he's a little bit, he's hamming it up here, a little bit too over the top, but that's fine. It wasn't a huge thing. It did work for what this kind of movie was going for. But, you know, the main issue here is the third act. The first two acts, I got exactly what I wanted. It was fun, entertaining. Yeah, it was dopey and dumb. Yes, bad dialogue. Yeah, the story is retarded. Of course it is, and that's fine. But it's a third act where I thought the movie kind of came to a halt. Not a spoiler here. Obviously, you've seen the trailers where they go to Samoa, because the Rock's, well, Hobbs, whatever, his hometown, meets up with his family, and then kind of the last line of defense, if you will, against Idris Elba's character. And that's when the movie where it really it kind of slowed down. A couple of things there. First of all, the action wasn't as, I guess, grandiose as I expected to be. Basically, particularly with this kind of movie, it was giving us up to the first two acts. But it just kind of very slow paced. It was almost felt like a different kind of movie for the most part. There's still a couple of scenes in there that are ridiculous and over the top, but for the most part, it just didn't work for me. I don't know what it was. It kind of took me a little bit out of it. The enjoyment just quite wasn't there, and it was just too long. This movie is like 2 hours and 10 minutes, I think, more or less. This movie needs to be around 1 hour and 45 minutes, 150. That's kind of the sweet spot for this movie. And I think the big problem is that third act. It never ended. And it was like, and you just get tired of it. All the action just became numbing. And I just rather see the ending. Right? Get to the end, let's get the credits, let's get out of here. And I had enough. Now, would I recommend this movie? I'm going to say yes. It's enough there to enjoy. If you're a fan of this kind of franchise, you're a fan of The Rock, who isn't, right? Why not? It's still a good time. You're gonna laugh, maybe, laugh on purpose and not purposefully at some of these scenes, but you're gonna get some enjoyment out of it. Some may like the third act. For me, it just didn't work, and it really brought the movie down, unfortunately. But not to say from that sense this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's still very entertaining. It's an entertaining watch, despite all that. Despite the bad dialogue and all this other stuff, yes, it's a fun watch. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's dumb action flick, and there's always room for that in our lives. Why wouldn't it be? And there's always room for The Rock in our lives. Of course, why wouldn't it be? So ultimately, do I recommend it? Barely. Yeah, definitely just obviously curb your expectations, go in there, turn your brain off, get some popcorn, and try to have a good time. So Hobbs and Shaw, you guys gonna watch it? Let me know, comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed my need to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.